What is up today, YouTube? So I just got home from work. It is 3:45 in the morning. I'm gonna try to get this uploaded by 7:15 or so. So I'm kind of trying to get this done in a rush. So today I figured I would do something a little different than the making stuff and go to the other side of how I sharpen my different tools, gouges. These are both gouges. This is a 1/4 inch spindle gouge. This is a 3/8 inch bowl gouge. The difference, which this thing will focus, is the bevel right here, the angle. You'll note they're different. This cannot be used for bowls. It will break. This can be used for anything. I have used these on pens, but I still prefer these because I do think they'd work just a tick better. So, and then I've also got my skews and my roughing gouges, which I'm still grabbing because, you know, I'm not a professional. But this is a roughing gouge. You'll notice it's a lot wider. That, again, this bevel is the most important part of the whole cutting process. Get that angle right, and she'll cut wood like it's butter. And then that skew is just a flat, straight blade like this. I use these to save a lot of projects or do a final couple passes to finish because they give you a near mirror finish if you do it right. It's also one of the hardest and most dangerous tools I have. I've actually had one of these break and part of it go flying into my face, which felt lovely. So with that, we are at my slow speed grinder. Mine specifically is a Rikon, as you can see up top. Or Recon, I'm actually not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. Don't really care because, you know, when I'm talking to fellow lathe runners or turners, as we actually call ourselves. Sorry, I'm doing this real rough because I'm rushing and trying to get to bed and tired. But so the first thing I got to do is dress my wheel, which is what I use this guy for. It's just a diamond stone, and all dressing means is I'm making this wheel flat. And it's been a minute, so we're gonna flatten it up real quick. This should be fairly quiet too. There we go. Once I'm able to afford my CBN wheels, I don't have to worry about doing that anymore, but until I can afford them, this is what I got to do. Now we got to wait for this to slow down. Never advisable to use your finger, but like I say, I'm in a bit of a hurry, so. Your fingers will get very hot doing this. That's why it's not a good idea, but. So in order to get everything set up, I use the one-way sharpening system. A Varigrind, which is, this actually holds my lathe tools, gouges, whatever you want to call them. And I drilled this hole in here. It's about 2 inches deep. I forget the exact depth I want to. So the first thing I do, once I make sure I've got everything I need, and this stuff usually lives on or near my little table for my grinder, along with some extra pen blanks, which I believe those are all Jack Daniels barrel leftovers, so if anybody wants anything made with a Jack Daniels barrel, right there. I don't have the certificate of authenticity because, well, yeah, it only came with one and I already cut it in half. So I'm going to keep this where it's at. Your lathe tool just goes in like that. Drop it down, hold that flush. Make sure your tools don't drop it, set it down slowly. All this does is make sure that my hangover's the same every time. Then I just tighten that up. So it should look like this. And then don't do what I've done many times. Then you take this is an angle finder. It sits in here. Just put in the very back as far as it'll go. And all you do is loosen that up, adjust it till both points are touching, and this is at with the vari-grind on this setup with the way it currently is, which I've never heard of all the people I follow ever adjusting it past the second notch. This will leave a perfect 45-degree angle on there with a straight wheel. So with that, we're going to sharpen this up. Before I turn it on, all it is a real quick, smooth motion. I start from here and just... I'm trying to do this and watch the camera. But you start one side, get it on there, swing it around. And unfortunately, my tripod's where I normally stand to do this, so that's my issues. But you just touch it. Roll it through there. I'm also not the world's greatest sharpener doing this stuff, so, you know, forgive me. If anybody's got any tips, they'd be greatly appreciated. So yeah, now that I'm all nervous, I'm going to come the other way, because it seems like I was having other issues. So you just touch and roll. And there we go. Nice. My angle is a little off from before. I don't know if you can tell on the bevel, because this isn't focusing right. There it is. You can see where it didn't sharpen all the way down. But frangible wheels like that do have a tendency to get a groove in it, especially when, like me, I tend to try to stay close to the middle. So yeah, but that was my spindle gouge, and the one that I know is actually dull, that I'm kind of embarrassed about, is my ball gouge. Ball gouges get sharpened to, depending on who you talk to, but everyone I've talked to says 60 degrees. So my 60-degree Raptor setup angle finder. I also have 35, which I'm thinking about one day trying with my with a spindle gouge to see if it works any better. But then we just got to open this up more. Open, 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 open. There we go. And then it's the exact same thing. I set my gouge, drop the vari-grind, hold it flat, tighten that, turn on the grinder. Exact same motion as before, except I want that out of the way because it's right where it should be. Except the bull gouge does come back a little more. So we'll get that slowing down, because my roughing gouges, I don't use any of my I use a different setup on the other side of the wheel. And all I'm doing is making sure I have a uniform color and angle, which I do, except for the very edge, but I don't use that edge very much. So there's my primary gouges that I use the absolute most. I believe the other side is already set for a roughing gouge. I'm going to pause this and move it over. And then back. Just unplug my phone. So for this, all I do is come in here and make sure that this flat piece angle matches that stone. Turn it on. And then I stick it in and roll it. And I will put a, when I get to the edges, there is a little twist which I do too, so usually, but not always, because, yeah, these ones I'm kind of guessing it to what I'm doing and haven't had the money for classes. go. Nice uniform color. Nice straight edge, which is what you want with a roughing gouge. And these will all be used in my next video too. And then for the skew, again, while this is slowing down, this should all be the same. I shouldn't have this extra color here, but I do my best. I don't promise to be a professional at any of this. I don't claim to be, and I didn't even stay in a Holiday Inn Express last night. And I do have like 5 or 6 other things I need to do tonight before I start tomorrow, so there's that. Which is why I'm kind of rushing this thing, slowing down a little bit. So, because my problem is I hit the table there. I should see if I can flip that around. I might do that. I might do that later today, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But that matches where I'm at pretty close. And for these, I just do a straight pass. Come out up, kind of out here. It's a nice straight pass. Totally different angle. Sorry, I didn't have that in frame. I was looking at this. But it's nice and consistent, which is what I want to see. And then when I see that dark spot there on the very end, I know that this is the sharp side. And the next time I sharpen it, I'll do that side, because I rotate it between sharpenings. That way it keeps everything nice and level. That's not the right one, that's not the right one. That's the one I want. And just to give you an idea, this one's at a different angle and a lot bigger. This is also a skew, but I don't need to dress this side as often, for the simple fact that it gets everything that hits it's wider, and it doesn't leave it grooves nearly as much. Gotta love this stuff. Loosen. And there's that. We'll lock that down, and just so you can see sharpening from the other side, because as soon as I sharpen this, I'm going to be more likely to use it again. Yeah, you can see on the very end it's a different color, so I didn't fully get their angle correct, but it also could have been wrong from the last time because I rushed it the last time. And believe it or not, this is taking my time getting the setup today, so I'm going to do one more pass on it. Still there. I do like to try to keep these fairly even, so we're going to do the other side here real quick. Alright, another one on that side. Still got a rough edge, and this is what happens when you rush things or have it set up wrong at one time, and then never actually take the time to figure out what's wrong with it until you do a video. But yeah. Cool. That side's good. Now I just gotta hit this side again, and we should be all good to go. I'm gonna do a slow pass to take a little more off. Alright. That's all uniform. And there's that. So the next time, if you're ever watching me on a live stream and I say, give me 1 second, I gotta sharpen something, this is everything I'm doing. You can see how quick and easy it is. And then, you know, when you start jumping in with sharp tools, little guys like this are a lot easier to make. Because sharp tools cut way better with less force and are a lot safer. So, with that said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, if I can get to my 500 subscribers and 3,000 watched hours by December 1st, I am planning on doing a massive giveaway. I'll be doing some bowls, some pens. Included will be a couple small ring bowls, some bigger ones. I might get into my bigger blanks. Makes a fairly decent cereal sized bowl, just to give you an idea. Don't recommend submerging them in milk, but if you win it, you can do what you want. And if it works out and holds up well, let me know. I'd actually be interested to know that. I don't eat cereals with milk. I like it dry because I'm weird. But yeah, so if we can get there and get it done, that'd be great. I would absolutely love to do it. And yeah, because what I want to do is try to have the live stream done and do it on December 1st or as close to it as I can thereafter on my next day off of work. And then I'll give everybody figured out details as we get closer. But give me your address. The quicker you get it, the more likely you can have stuff for Christmas presents. And if you end up not winning, but you still want something, you can always order stuff. I am thinking about trying to figure out how to do gift cards for the business as well, which if we do that, then you can always give somebody that, pick something out, and go from there. So yeah, with that said, I will say good morning. Hope you have a good day. This should be uploaded by 7:15, 7:30. And I don't even think I'm going to set it. I'll do an instant premiere on it. That way I can be in there live because I'm probably going to be up all day now. But yeah, so with that said, I will say cat in the hat, dappy dat. And you have a wonderful day.